Hey everyone, did you know that over 70% of indie filmmakers end up with lens flares in at least one shot because they skipped using a matte box? It's wild how often that happens, especially when you're shooting outside with harsh sunlight. So today, I'm checking out the Tilta MB-T06 6x6 carbon fiber matte box with a 19mm sunshade rig, and I'm going to walk you through why this might be the one accessory you didn't know you needed until now. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk build quality. This thing is made from carbon fiber, which means it's both lightweight and seriously tough. I've used cheaper matte boxes before that felt flimsy after a few shoots, but Tilta's design feels solid in your hands. The matte box itself is 6 by 6 inches, so it's big enough to handle most cinema lenses without vignetting, and the included 19mm support rods give you plenty of room to mount accessories like filters or a follow focus. One thing I really like is the adjustable French flag. It's not something you think about until you're trying to control light spill in a tight location, like an interview setup or a car interior. The flag on this one is easy to position and actually does a great job of blocking stray light without getting in the way of your shot. Plus, the matte box has a built-in 4x4 filter holder, which is super convenient for stacking ND filters or polarizers without needing extra matte boxes or filter holders. Now, let's talk about the 19mm sunshade rig. This is where things get interesting. The rig adds a lot of versatility because you can mount a matte box on one side and a follow focus or wireless module on the other. I've used it to rig up a small monitor on top while keeping the matte box secure below, which makes for a much cleaner setup than trying to balance everything on a cage. The carbon fiber construction also means it won't sag or bend over time, even with heavier accessories attached. Another practical benefit is the quick release mechanism. If you're like me and switch between setups often, you'll appreciate how easy it is to attach and detach the matte box. No tools required, which saves time when you're on a tight schedule. I also like that the matte box has a built-in drop-in filter tray, so you can swap filters without taking the whole thing off the rig. It's those little conveniences that make a big difference when you're in the middle of a shoot. Let's not forget about the price. For what you get, a carbon fiber matte box, a 19mm support rig, and all the mounting hardware, it's actually pretty affordable compared to some of the high-end options out there. You're getting professional-grade gear without breaking the bank, which is great for indie filmmakers or anyone just starting to build out their rig. Now, I do have a couple of minor gripes. The first is that the matte box is a bit bulky, so if you're using a smaller mirrorless camera or a lightweight setup, it might feel overkill. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to consider if you're trying to keep your rig as minimal as possible. The second thing is that the French flag, while useful, can sometimes get in the way if you're shooting in a really tight space. It's adjustable, but it's not as compact as some other options out there. Overall, though, I'm really impressed with the Tilta MB-T06. It's a solid piece of gear that does exactly what it's supposed to do without any fuss. Whether you're shooting a short film, a documentary, or just capturing some family moments, this matte box and rig combo will help you get cleaner, more professional-looking footage. If you're in the market for a matte box that's built to last and easy to use, this one's definitely worth checking out. The link is below if you want to take a closer look on Amazon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.